bars. Believers addressing real situations through spoken word. If what I'm about to say strikes a nerve, then I pray the pressure points you back to the head of the body. For me, this is just another libation. I pour my heart out on the stage like it's an altar, then watch creativity use my pain to kindle a fire. Now if the smoke rises to the heavens, I just hope that it's a sweet smelling incense, because lately I've been incensed by the insensitivity of certain apologists and theologians who love to muse over the Apostle Paul's teachings. Yet whenever they're speaking, I've noticed that they seldom, if ever, mention racism, the effects of slavery, or systematic oppression. And it makes me wonder, was Paul's letter to Philemon just a suggestion? Or was Jesus merely jesting when he said, "Whatsoever you've done unto the least of these, my brethren, you've done unto me"? I'm staring at the same hypocrisy that transformed Malcolm Little into Malcolm X. He called Billy Graham a white nationalist because although he faithfully preached the last Adam on the eve of the civil rights movement, he could hear the sound of Negro blood crying out from the ground asking for justice, and yet sadly, he was never able to be his brother's keeper. And it's this deafening silence that helped give birth to the lie that Christianity is the white man's religion. But it is not my intention to create division, so allow me to transition to the black megachurch pastor who could really use your help. You see, he needs a private jet to fly over the projects of his church members to a third world country and let them all know that Jesus came and he died just so that they could be rich. And I can't help but wonder, why is it whenever we get the resources or the manpower to help the people progress, we settle for a mega fest? The playing field isn't level, so it's hard to score a TD when Jakes makes an extra point to keep us behind bars. Neglected black and brown seeds get planted in the prison yards, producing a harvest of cheap labor for some major corporations who won't hire that same inmate after their time has been served. We're expected to learn in obsolete public school systems while they build state-of-the-art prisons. The recidivism rate is not a mistake, and I'm afraid that slavery's been given a facelift. So each and every night my face lifts toward the heavens and I converse with God. You see, he's the one who's got bars. His spoken word form countless galaxies, while his stage presence makes demons tremble and angels cry out, "Holy, holy, holy," while his subject matter reveals that his subjects matter so much that the creator of life was conceived in a virgin womb. He performed countless miracles as he walked amongst the Jews, and they followed him to observe more. But what they failed to realize was that his assignment was not to overthrow Caesar, but to reconcile sinful people back to a loving God. And I am thoroughly convinced if you ever get to experience that kind of love, you will love him with all of your heart, soul, and mind, thereby finding it impossible to construct a theology that revolves around just the success of your people. And I am also convinced that when you've experienced that kind of love, you will pluck your head out of the sand of religious cliches, no longer stating the obvious like, well, you know, brother, racism is not a skin problem, it's a sin problem. Because when you love your neighbor as yourself, their pain is felt by you, and it compels you to speak the truth in love. That's why I give them bars, because when believers address real situations, baby, a revolution starts brewing and righteousness soars. But America's really struggling. Be alert, read scriptures, because adversaries readily scheme, but Adonai reigns supreme. Believe, agape reaches sinners. Bars.